Welcome to the Impact with Rob and Dorsey. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me here again today on this fine Friday evening. I enjoy having you with me, so thank you so much for tuning in. As you know, I always have wonderful, fantastic, and phenomenal guests, and today it is no different. So I have the phenomenal an extraordinary and exceptional guest tonight, and I cannot wait for you to meet her. So, without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you my honored guest of the night. Are you ready? I am. It's like control Janet Jackson, but let me pull it back in. So, my guest tonight is Miss Tamara Nicole Barnes. She is from Monroe, North Carolina. So she is from the down south. Hello, yes, Southern hospitality. She is married and she has 5 children. Nice, handsome boys. She is an 18-year-old veteran of the United States Armed Forces, and she served 6 years in the United States Air Force, where she did 2 tours in Iraq and Kuwait. She also served 12 years in the United States Coast Guard as a reservist. And she is almost done. So she is still in it. This lady is bad. So she done did 3 different branches of the military. Oh my goodness. Who have time for all of that? This woman here. Yes, indeed. She is fantastic and fabulous. Wait till you hear the rest of what she does. She also has an associate's and a bachelor's degree. She is a certified paralegal. So, okay, let's back this up. So, she did 3 different tours and branches of the military. She has 2 degrees. She is a paralegal. And that's not even touching the surface on some of the other things that she does. Phenomenal. Hello. Yes, I love it. She is also enrolled and working on her master's. So, look at that. Working on the 3rd degree, so she must like the number 3. I think that's what it is. We're going to ask her when we talk to her shortly. Now, yes, I told you she does those things, but she also has her own businesses, and she has several. So we're going to talk about some of those businesses right now. So she launched a company called Mogul Logistics Solutions, LLC. And she created that to ensure that veterans maintain an updated family care plan. Because she is a vet. Hello. Makes sense. Taking care of the veterans. I love it. The plan would ensure that family members keep up-to-date records handy at all times, as well as their sponsors, commander, in case of an emergency. These files are all compiled together in one neat and organized custom-made binder. We've now expanded to this to include everyone because everyone should have a solid family care plan in case of an emergency. Now, and she's also expanded that business into financial services, which also includes retirement plans, investment plans, and life insurance. Now, that's just one business. She has another business called Sensual Desires. And we're going to talk about that a little later. I'm not even going to tell you all what that entails just now, because I know y'all ears is all perked up and tuned in, but we're going to talk about that on the second half of the show. But lastly, she also won last year Miss Capitol Heights? District Heights. Miss District Heights last year. So she is has a reigning title. I mean, really? She got like 10 jobs, 5 kids, a husband, and she's doing it. This is what I'm talking about. But without further ado, please let me welcome and introduce to you Miss Tamara Barnes. Hello and welcome.
Hi.
How
Very
you
nice to be
doing today?
here. I'm doing good. First of all, let me say that was the best introduction I've ever had in my life.
Oh, wow, I feel so honored. Thank you. I'm a little animated, if you know this because you know me, so I'm a little animated.
Oh, goodness. But it's very nice to be here.
Yes, thank you for coming. I'm enjoying having you. So let's get right in. Oh my God, first of all, so let's start off with you are a wife?
Yes, I am.
A mother? So how are you handling and juggling all of these different things?
Balance.
That's important.
Family first.
Family first, number 1.
Family first. Then everything else
Than
falls
everything
into
else.
place.
I love that. I love that. And as you know, as a mom, we wear many hats all day, any day. So just those are the hats she wore outside. Just imagine all of the hats she wear inside with 5 children. I mean, that's she got it going on. Wouldn't you say? Yes.
My babies.
Your babies. So you did 3 different branches of the military. Let's talk about that. So let's start with the first one.
All right. So
tell us, wait a minute. First of all, what made you decide, you know what, I want to be a part of the military. I want to join the military. I want to make a difference. I want to save my country. So let's talk about that. Let's start there.
Okay. Well, I started. I joined after high school.
Okay.
I went into the Air Force. Always wanted to be in the Air Force.
Really?
So,
okay.
I went security forces. I did that for 6 years. Got a little tired of deploying. Wanted to be a little more stable. So I transferred into the Coast Guard.
Okay.
I went active duty. And then I did that for a little while and started feeling like a robot a little bit. I wanted to start doing my own thing, become an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I knew exactly what I wanted to do, but in order to do that, I knew I had to go into the reserves. I didn't want to give up my time.
Right.
So I transferred from active duty Coast Guard into the reserves.
Wow.
I'm still in the reserves right now and doing my own thing.
I love it.
Among other things.
Yes, yes.
But that's how it started.
So tell me, how was it? So the branches of the military that you did were male dominated.
Yeah.
So tell us, how was that for a woman and a woman of color being in the United States Air Force and the United States Coast Guard? And how was that, and what were some of the things that you faced as a woman coming up in the military?
Well, my father was in the military.
Okay.
He retired.
So you had a
Coast
background?
Guard. Yes,
Okay.
I was already a military brat. Growing up in that environment, I was used to it.
Okay.
When I joined the Air Force, the career path that I chose was very male dominated.
Yes.
Security forces, it's like 10 males to 1 female.
Wow.
But I mean, you learn to deal with it. They teach you adapt and overcome.
Yes.
Do what you need to do. Go to work. Go home to your family.
Yes.
As far as being a woman of color, the Air Force wasn't that bad.
Okay. So
Coast
that's
Guard,
good to know.
Yeah, Coast Guard was a little different.
Okay.
So
So just name like an adversity that you had to deal with and how you overcame that. I know.
So, well, in the Coast Guard, Air Force, like I said, wasn't that bad.
Right.
Coast Guard was a little more challenging for me. At times, there are still, you run into the people that have a different mindset.
Yes.
They're still stuck in their ways.
Yes.
And there are not a lot of African Americans in the Coast Guard.
Very
and
true.
we're trying to push the minorities,
Okay.
to join because we need you.
Yes.
Coast Guard need minorities.
They need you. Coast Guard
And
needs minorities.
it was tough,
Yes.
but I got through it. And I mean, you have to use your chain of command. You have to use your resources.
Okay.
And I made it work.
Good. So what would you tell a young woman who's listening today and who's thinking about the Coast Guard or the different branches of the military, unsure? What advice would you give to them to say, hey, it's okay, you may go through these adversities, but here's why I did it and here's why I would do it again if I had to? So what piece of advice would you give to our audience?
I'll tell them, the military is the military. Things are getting better, especially with the Coast Guard. Things are getting better.
Good.
We have the leadership out there now. Blacks in government.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of resources now and people to back us to where that, I would say, racism is not as prominent as it used to be.
Okay.
If you want to join the Coast Guard, I would say join the Coast Guard.
Okay.
Do what you want to do. Make sure that you choose the job that you want.
Okay.
Don't let somebody push you into picking a job that they think that you should have.
Okay.
Stick to your guns. Do your research. Go to gocoastguard.com coastguard.com.
Okay.
And
Go coastguard.com.
That's right. And look at the different jobs, the different career fields that they have. Even look at some of the officer programs coming out of high school.
Okay.
Where they will pay for your college education, and then you can become an officer. Look at those, different programs. So it's a lot of programs out there.
Okay. So now that you've been in these branches of the military, and then your children. So are your children thinking about joining the military? Or are they like, no, Mom, we've had enough of this military life. We want a regular life. So what are some of the things that your children want to do?
They're into sports. I have one right now that my baby Andre.
Okay.
He says he wants to go into the military, but he don't want to go to war.
Okay.
So,
did you tell them that? That's kind of not an option. Like, once you sign up,
the Coast Guard is the only life-saving branch.
True.
So we don't really go to war. We help out with the war, but we don't really go to war. So I'm going to push him to try to go into the Coast Guard. But right now, he's the only one that's talking military. We have one that may look into it next year. I hope that he does. But right now, they're all into sports.
Okay.
So.
I love it. So you did your military stint. Well, you're still in it. Yeah. So you're still giving back to your country. Yes, part-time. So let's talk about let's start with your Miss District Heights first. And then we're going to go into all these fabulous businesses that you have to incorporate into your life. I mean, she's got a lot going on, but it's so wonderful and magnificent. So when did you decide that you wanted to be Miss District Heights, and what did that entail?
Well, actually, someone called me and asked if I wanted to enter the pageant.
Okay.
All the things that I got going on, and at that time, I had just accepted orders to Fresno, California.
Okay.
For a year. And so I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I've never done a pageant before.
Okay.
I've done some modeling. I've done a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I thought that it would be different.
Okay.
And I actually liked the fact that it was creating a sisterhood.
Okay.
And, a lot of women getting together, not really bashing each other, pulling each other down, but help bringing each other up, including their businesses. It was full of support, and I loved it. I had a great time. And to be chosen as Mrs. District Heights, it's been wonderful.
Wow, that is phenomenal. So I had a little stint many years ago when I was a licensed cosmetologist. For those who don't know, haven't seen the show, many years ago. So I did that, and so one of the things, and when you're doing in the hair business, you in hair shows and fashion shows, and then I competed for a beauty pageant, ended up winning Miss Congeniality because I like to smile a lot and all that. It was the smile that won everybody over, you know what I'm saying? But it was really, really fun. Had a great time. The people were wonderful. It's like you said, so it's a really good support system. So most people see it and they think, oh, it's just about vanity. It really is not.
No,
and they really do more than it's not just about the look. So, it's a great program to be a part of. So if it's something that you want to do, you can do anything that you put your mind to. Right. Don't set limitations on yourself. If that's something you want to do, try it. Yep. Go after it. You never know where it's going to take you,
that just winning that pageant, winning my title, the network that was brought to me from that is amazing. The commissioner of District Heights, who's now the vice mayor of District Heights.
See, look at that.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Then all of the different events that you get invited to, it's not just, like you said, it's not about just being pretty. And no, it's not about that at all. It's about, the sisterhood, creating something strong that can never be broken. The bond between all the women there it was amazing.
So you would definitely recommend, if that's something somebody wanted to do, you would definitely recommend someone to fulfill that dream of theirs.
Yes.
What are some of the roles that you do as Miss District Heights? What are you responsible for now? What else are you responsible for now? Because you're already responsible for the whole world, you know?
Well, I mean, if the commissioner called and said, hey, we got this event going on, can you come out and support? Matter of fact, I just sat on the panel for Little Miss District Heights, which was amazing. We had a great time. The little girls were beautiful.
So they have one for the youth?
Yes.
So what age range is that? So maybe people who don't know.
Yeah, I think it was, I want to say 8.
Wow.
8 to 14 or 15 years old. They were amazing.
Wow.
Beautiful little girls. Their dresses, the talent that they had, singing, dancing. It was nice.
Yes, I love that.
So I got to judge that. I mean, it's a lot of perks.
A lot of perks. See? So you never know what you may be in for.
That's
you know,
right.
So you got to just try it.
Yep.
So now let's talk about your businesses. So let's talk about the first one. So you created this business because of your service. You thought about, you know what, they need this. This is going to help them. So let's talk about that. When did you decide that I need to be able to provide this service to other veterans such as myself?
Well, so there's a little backstory to that.
Okay, let's hear. We like some backstories.
There's a little backstory to that business. I was going through a rough time.
Okay.
I was going through a divorce.
Okay.
And legal fees were expensive.
Amen. Yes, they are.
And in the Air Force, a family care plan is mandatory.
Really?
It's mandatory that you have a family care plan because if you have to deploy, that family care plan have to be in place, especially if you're a single parent.
Okay.
So if you're leaving your children with someone, they have to have power of attorney, medical records, all that stuff.
So yeah, that's fine. So before you finish that, so for the people who don't know, so what does a family care plan consist of? What is that? What is included in that?
So it includes all of your medical documentation, your children's birth certificates, social security cards, all of your bills, anything where if you get shipped off or deployed overseas, the care provider that's caring for your children can take over everything for you.
Wow, okay.
So that's basically what it is.
We learned something new today.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that. Okay, so take us back to your journey.
All right, so when I transferred into the Coast Guard, I started going through my divorce.
Okay.
And I had to get all of my documents in order.
Wow.
I had to get prepared. Legal fees were expensive, so I tried to do some of the stuff myself.
Okay.
And from my divorce, I started helping others put together family care plans while they were going through their stuff. So
through your pain and sorrow, you was able to develop this business that not only helped yourself through your difficult time, but now it manifests to helping other people as well. I love that. Okay.
So I started helping them, and once I transitioned from active duty into the reserves, I started pushing it harder and found out that civilians really didn't know what a family care plan was. So I started teaching, I started talking about it, started promoting it more, and that's how that business evolved. And
Okay. So now, how do you promote it though? How do you say, hey, do you go to like the different branches of the military and say, hey, let me do a workshop? Or how do you implement that now? Because that's a specialized service. So where do you get your customers for? How do you recruit them?
Well, mostly off of referrals now.
Okay.
Referrals, advertising on social media, going to Coast Guard bases, Air Force bases, friends, family.
I love that.
Yeah. And now that I've also expanded it into the financial services with the life insurance and retirement plans, it all combines, it all connects together. So when, I'm helping someone with the life insurance policy or helping them with the retirement plan, I also offer the family care plan as well.
I love that. So what advice, so let's talk about a little bit about the life insurance and the other part was life insurance and retirement plans. So When you're talking to individuals, what's your age group demographics as far as who was your primary customers before I ask the next question?
For the life insurance?
For life insurance and
Everybody.
retirement. So everybody. So she's focusing on. So she is not listen. It is not compound into this little group. Anybody who needs it, she's available.
Everybody needs
absolutely
a life insurance policy.
Absolutely.
Business owners need life insurance policies.
Yes. So for a young person who comes to you and say, you know, I don't have a life insurance policy, I don't have a retirement plan, I don't know where to start, what would you tell them, or how would you, guide them into, a solution?
Well, first I'll have to find out what type of, what their budget is, what they're working with.
Okay.
What are they doing with their money? Are they overspending? What type of insurance plan is affordable to them?
Okay.
It's all kinds of things that you have to look into when you're choosing the right insurance plan for someone. But also, a lot of people don't know that with your insurance plan, that money can be also used for your retirement plan.
See, I did not know that. I learned something new today. Okay.
Can be used as a retirement plan. That money builds up with whole permanent insurance, and you can use that money to buy a house. You can use that money to buy a car. You can use that money to start a business, and that's what I like to teach people, because a lot of people don't know,
because that's not what they're advertising, or they're just saying, hey, you need this because, and I saying, and here are some of the additional benefits that come along with that.
Correct. So that's what I'm teaching people when it comes to life insurance policies too, because it's not just about you dying and somebody getting the money once you die. You can use that money while you're alive to do certain things in your life. So.
Wow, that's good. See, good to know. It's great information coming here today. See, never know what you're going to get on the Impact with Rob and Dorsey. So, for instance, okay, so let me ask you this question, because everybody gets the pamphlets in the mail from Gerber Life. Hey, you can do $5 down or $1. Get children life insurance for the rest of your life. They're gonna keep this rate. So let's dispel any myths and rumors right now about those type of plans. And do you continue on with that, or do you, when you get older, do you mature into something better? So let's talk about that. These advertisements that we get in the mail. Yes, because we all get them. Don't y'all get those? Yes.
I would say this: you choose the best plan for you.
Okay.
There are plans that last throughout your whole life, and those are the plans that I look to set my clients up with.
Okay.
Not something that's going to only last for 20 years and then you have to renew it. That's term.
Right.
You if that's what you can afford, if that's what you want, okay, that's what I'll give you.
Right.
But I wouldn't advise you to do that if you can afford to do something better.
Right.
As far as the pamphlets that come in the mail, do your research.
Do your research. You that? Pay attention. Read the fine print. There's always fine print.
Or you can go to TameraBarnes.com and
hello. That's what I'm talking
connect
about.
with me, and I'll give you more information.
I love it. So what about, okay, so we have the Gerber Life type of insurance and things like that. So what about, I have a good one for you. So what about the ones who, some of the insurance, they tell you, hey, you don't have to have the medical testing if you have diabetes, if you have cancer, and all these other things. So this is what they try to sell you to bring you in, right? And then when they come to your house or whatever, they say, well, we do have that, but it's going to cost you, what we told you, it's going to have this amount here. It's going to cost you triple that amount. So they say, oh, we got plans to start, as high as $50 a month. And then after they put your information in the system, oh, the plan is going to cost you $200 a month. Let's talk about that.
So, first of all,
we're gonna dispel all these rumors here today. We're gonna get this straight today.
Look, so when I sit down with my clients, we go over everything. We go over the whole plan, like what you can get if you have diabetes, or if you have
cancer, whatever.
If you have anything, we go over everything. You'll know upfront what you're going to pay.
Okay.
You'll know upfront if a certain life insurance policy won't accept you,
right,
or if they will accept you.
Right.
I wouldn't walk anybody in blindly just to give you a policy.
Just to give you a policy.
That's not what you do.
Yes.
That's scamming people.
Yes. We don't want to do that, people.
Yeah. So I would say, before you sign a policy, sit down, get educated with that type of policy from your agent, and make sure they know what they're talking about.
I love that. Okay. So then you don't have to be coerced into some of these plans that may not really work out for you in long-term, short-term solution. Yeah, you can get a plan or a policy anywhere that's going to cost you, this amount of money. But just you have to think about that realistically. Are you going to be able to afford if they saying, well, it's going to cost you, we started out with this low amount here, and then, by the time you was finished, you about to pay $400 a month. Is that realistic for your budget? Can you afford to sustain that over a long period of time? Because now you're thinking about you're going to be paying for this for the next 20, 30, 40 years. $400 a month for just an individual, life insurance plan may cost you, dearly. So do your research. Find somebody who can really, break it down for you and give you what you need and can afford, not just what they can sell you to make a sale. So I love that. Yes. So, what else do you have going on as far as these businesses here? Before we go on, because at the end of the break, after the break, we're going to talk about this other business you got going on, and you definitely going to want to tune into this because this one is a little spicy. But yes, this right here.
With the mobile logistics solutions business and the TN Estate Organizer,
we're estate organized. That's right. So let's talk about that. What do? You said an estate organizer. So what else does that entail?
It's just like the family care plan.
Okay.
It's just so the family care plan is recognized by military. So when I say family care plan, military know that.
Okay.
The estate
organizers,
right? The civilians know estate planning.
Okay.
So it's the same thing. So I just had to connect with both of my audiences.
I love that.
But right now, I go out, I look for clients. We do workshops, how to get out of debt. In under 11 years, that includes your house, your car, and anything else.
How to get out of debt in under 11 years.
That's right. We teach you all of that. So right now, that's all I'm doing with that business.
Let me ask you this question about estate planning. So, people is like, okay, when I die, I need the power of attorney, but I want to leave my family an estate and all that. Let's talk about the estate taxes.
Oh, Lord.
Oh no, I touched the subject.
I can't get into taxes because I don't really. When it comes to estate taxes, that's
another whole beast. That's another whole beast.
Yeah. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it.
We're going to have an estate tax lawyer come in here and touch on that part. Please. Hello? You know somebody, refer them to the impact because we want to know. We need to know. This is called education. We are educating our audience here. So, if you know an estate lawyer, call me so you can be on the show.
That's right. I'll be tuning in on that one, too.
I know that's right. We all going to tune in. But we're going to take a quick 90-second break because this month, October, is Sexual Assault Month, Domestic Violence Month. This is also Breast Cancer Month. So we have this PSA that we're going to do with our former president, Barack Obama, and Joe Biden. So just stay tuned for 90 seconds. Go get you something to drink or use the bathroom, but listen to this very important PSA, and then we'll be back with the second half of the show.
We have a big problem, and we need your help.
It's happening on college campuses, at bars, at parties, even in high schools.
It's happening to our sisters and our daughters,
our wives and our friends.
It's called sexual assault, and it has to stop.
We have to stop it. So listen up.
If she doesn't consent, or if she can't consent, it's rape, it's assault.
It's a crime. It's wrong.
If I saw it happening, I was taught you have to do something about it.
If I saw it happening, I speak up.
If I saw it happening, I'd never blame her. I'd help her.
Because I don't want to be a part of the problem.
I want to be a part of the solution.
We need all of you to be part of the solution. This is about respect. It's about responsibility.
It's up to all of us to put an end to sexual assault. And that starts with you.
Because one is too many.
Welcome back to The Impact with Robin Dorsey. So thank you for joining and tuning in with us. I hope you are enjoying the show. We're getting a lot of financial education here. So I love it. I love it. As you know, my phenomenal and fantastic guest is Miss Tamara Barnes. And she is fantastic, fabulous, and has a whole lot of it going on. But as I promised, now listen, Ted, listen here. See, the second part of the show is going to be a little spicy because she did all of that other stuff in the first half. You know, that's how businesswomen, mature stuff, type grown woman type of businesses and careers. But she also has another type of grown woman career. And so we're about to touch on that right now. You ready for this?
Yes, let's go.
So her other company is called Sensual Desires. And that is a lingerie business she started in 2009 to help women with their self-esteem. Yeah, so you can be sexy at whatever age, size you want to be, and she is here for it. It embodies the strength and the fortitude of a woman's outwardly perception of herself. Yes, I love it. And it defines your own beauty. So far, she's had 3 successful lingerie fashion shows in D.C. Her first show was at the Opera Ultra Lounge in October of 2013. And the second show was at Cabin Lounge, and the third one was at a museum. So she is doing really, really great with this, and she does have a lot of little risque little pictures. So you think they don't have they have clothes on, and it's really, really tasteful lingerie. So let's talk about your sensual desires, ma'am.
It's beautiful lingerie.
It's beautiful lingerie. You hear that? It's beautiful lingerie. So what made you want to get in the lingerie business? So was it because you was buying some lingerie and you was just,
listen, I love lingerie.
Getting ready for your...
Don't you love lingerie?
I love
it makes you feel sexy. It makes you feel good. And just the way that a man look at you when you have on lingerie.
And just how you look at yourself in the mirror, you be like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not going to cut up on here with y'all today. This is not the poetry show. No, ma'am. Okay.
Who wouldn't want to buy lingerie?
Yes.
So that's why I started that business, because I love lingerie. I love lingerie. And so I wanted to, well, let me say this first.
Okay. Say it to them.
I got into Mary Kay, right?
Yes.
I got into Mary Kay. That was my first business because I wanted to have my own business, start my own business. So someone offered me the opportunity, my friend Tony offered me the opportunity to come into Mary Kay. So I was like, all right. So I learned Mary Kay. I learned, how to sell their products. I learned their back office. I was like, this is amazing. If I can do it for this company, I can do it for my own company.
Right.
So I had to figure out, what was my niche.
Right.
I knew I loved lingerie.
Yes. You love lingerie.
So what I did was I started researching how to sell lingerie online. I wanted to open my own boutique, but the overhead was
expensive.
It was expensive. I didn't know. I had just moved up here to the DMV area, transferred from Charleston to here.
Okay.
And so I didn't know the location. I didn't know, the right location to pick if I did open up a store. Okay. So I said, well, might as well try to do it online. So I started it, online business because I knew how to do the back office for Mary Kay.
That's right.
So
Mary Kay helped her. See, listen to
yes,
this.
Mary Kay helped me.
Yes, I love it.
Start my own business. So I'm thankful to Mary Kay.
Yes.
So once I started that, I started working with the wholesaler, Mark Crystal. Okay. And his collections are amazing. Wow. So every time he came out with a new collection, I told my husband, I was like, well, maybe we should do a lingerie fashion show. It was different.
Yeah.
The only lingerie fashion shows that I've ever seen were the Victoria's Secret.
Yes.
You know, I was like, I haven't seen one in the DMV area.
That's right.
So we started our own in 2013.
Okay.
And so from then on, everybody kept saying, "Are you having another one next year? Are you having another next year?" So every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yes. And you have all size models. So if you're looking to be a model,
yes, I do.
she always having shows and different things come up. So, you know, stay tuned and check out her website so you can see some of the upcoming things that she has regarding her Sensual Desires lingerie store. So, since you started with your lingerie business, how much lingerie are you buying now? Now you probably bought a whole bunch. You can't get enough, huh?
I got my own now.
Yes, I love it. Yeah. So, what else? So, where do you see yourself in the next 3 years? Like, what's next for you?
What's next for me?
Because you already have a mini empire already. So, what is next on your agenda and horizon?
Well, my husband and I are looking to hopefully, fingers crossed, start a movie.
Ooh,
we want to do a movie.
What kind of movie?
Well, we like DC Comics.
Okay.
Marvel and all that. So we're looking to do something like that.
I like it. So
it's in the works.
It's in the works. Good. See, it's more stuff to come. More stuff to come. I love it.
We're branching out.
Branching out. Yeah. Take me back to your early childhood. What did you want to be when you grew up?
I wanted to be in the Air Force. I wanted to be a
pilot.
Wow,
so you did want to be in the Air Force.
Yeah,
okay.
I did. I wanted to be a pilot.
Wow.
I just knew I was going to fly planes. Until it was time to sign that contract, I was like, oh, this is a cool video with the cops running in and out of the car.
Right.
Sergeant Security Forces.
Oh. So you gave up your love for the plane? For the car? I mean, come on.
Look, the video was very interesting. The recruiter got me.
The recruiter, he changed your mind. See, them recruiters, they are good at what they do. Hey, listen, you don't want to fly the plane. You want to get in this cruiser right here and do this. You know, and it worked.
The video that he showed me, it was like a SWAT video.
So you thought you was about to go and busting down doors and stuff.
I definitely did not. I was at the gate. I was at the gate looking at ID cards.
I love it. But did the video show you was going to be busting down doors?
Yeah, it did. See? Jumping out of cars.
Misleading information. And you ain't jump out one car.
Listen, maybe there are some training exercises, but
that's it. So you didn't even get to jump. Why you didn't tell you go back to the listen? I want to jump out a car to make this happen.
I didn't do anything that was in that video.
Oh man!
But I had fun. It was.
Love it.
It was a good 6 years while it lasted.
Wow. So you see, you should have stuck to your plane. You probably would have been driving. You'd fly in the plane. And you need to get to jump out the car. You need to get to jump out the car.
That's all right.
I love it. So you lived your dream. You wanted to do this when you were young, and you manifested what you wanted to do when you grew up. I love that.
I did. I had a good time. I don't regret anything. My career, my military career has been amazing.
Wow. And not many people can say that. So that's phenomenal. Yeah. That's phenomenal. So you said your dad was in the military. So when you told him, like, Dad, I think I want to join the military too, what was his response? Because, daddy, they're a little protectors of their girls now.
He was happy.
He was happy.
He was pushing the military.
Really?
All of us. Yeah, where are you going?
Right.
Where are you going?
Wow.
So I have a little story about that too. We got time?
Sure. Tell us about the story. What daddy did? What daddy
my dad
did?
might be a little mad when he hears this.
We're so sorry, Dad. We're going to apologize to you in advance. But this is going to help somebody else out.
So my dad was in the Coast Guard when I joined the Air Force. But I was supposed to join the Coast Guard.
Okay.
So a week before I was going to go and sign the Coast Guard papers, I was just graduating high school.
Right.
And I think I got in trouble for something. And so and I got grounded.
Uh-oh.
And so, my dad was like, oh, you're grounded. I never stayed grounded for long, but I got grounded. And I was like, you know what? Fine.
She had one of those. You know how we
I'm
do.
not joining the Coast Guard. I'm going into the Air Force. It was one of those. So I went and I signed the papers to the Air Force, and then I brought the papers home, and my dad was like, so when you going to the Coast Guard? I was like, I'm going to the Air Force. But he wasn't mad.
He wasn't mad. So he was like absolutely not. So he wasn't like absolutely not.
It didn't even hurt her. He was like, oh, really? Great.
So it backfired on you.
Yeah, it did.
So your lesson learned for him was, I'm going to show you, and his lesson was learned, well, that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
See? So it didn't work.
Oh, well.
Aww. But then years later, you still gave him what he wanted.
I did.
Still
I did.
joined
And
the
then you know what he
Coast
said?
What?
You finally seen the light, didn't you?
Oh! I love it. I love it. But then he talked trash about it.
Yeah, he did.
I love that. Oh, my goodness. I guess next time, you're going to just follow what he told you the first time, because we often don't listen what our parents tell us to do. So we want to do what we want to do.
My kids are the same exact way.
Your kids are the same way? So you getting it back?
I am. 5 times over.
5 times. Oh, my Jesus. Dang.
Yeah.
So what do your kids say, like, Mom, when they want to argue their position, or because the kids, they have all these positions, these millennials want to tell us what they're going to do and they're not going to do. So how is that environment at home?
Well, see.
The great debate, because you have 5. You have 5 debating with you now.
Yep. I said, oh, okay, what do you want to do? Oh, I'm going in the room, go ask your dad.
Oh, you put it on dad. Oh, okay. So you don't have to be the fall guy.
They try to gang up on you, then they be like, oh, well, Andre said, well, Anthony said, well, Nathan said. I don't have to.
It's like, go talk to your dad.
Yeah, just go talk to your dad.
You just pass it on. So then he got to be the bad guy.
That's right.
Aww.
I don't always want to be the bad guy.
You don't want to be the bad guy? Aww. So then he handled it, and then after he was like, yeah, I had to take care of that.
I let him put the hammer down. Go ahead.
I love it. And how does your kids react to that when they know? They were like, oh, we gonna get one on Mommy this time. We going to ask Mommy. We don't want to ask Daddy. And then Mommy say, go talk to your dad.
Talk to your dad.
Go talk to your dad.
If they keep asking me, I'm like, fine, go ahead.
So you a pushover. How you gonna be
Sometimes I tell you, it's 5 of them.
It's 5 of them. So you tad.
It's 5 of them.
You tad.
And look, they all taller than me. I can't.
I love it. So as far as juggling being a mom, okay, so some of them are in sports. So now you have to add that in too with all of the other things that you're doing. And because you have to be supportive, and then you don't have 1, 2, 3, you have 5. So if all 5 of them are doing different things,
we all going different places. We're trying to get them all to do the same thing.
That's right. Listen, everybody's in soccer. Everybody's in football.
Right.
What? We picking one sport, one family sport.
We try to get them all in the same thing.
Oh, but that doesn't work because everybody has their own individualities.
Yeah.
So then what you do?
You do what you gotta do.
You do what you gotta do. So you like, okay, from this hour to this hour, we're gonna be at this game, and this hour, we're gonna do this one.
But that's when sometimes the entrepreneur stuff have to be put to the side,
right?
So that the babies can be taken care of.
That's right, because we always take care of our children first. Yeah, that's important.
But it's all about planning. No last minute stuff.
Right. Right.
No last minute. Mom, can you sign this? Field trip. We're leaving in 10 minutes, and I need $20.
Right. Because these field trips are expensive. When schools first started, my son goes to Akakiki Academy, and when schools first started, they said, actually before school even started, on their website, it said that they wanted to go to some great lounge place, and it was in the mountains, but it was like $899. Now school haven't even started, but on their website they posted blasting this field trip for April of spring break that cost $899, and then the deposit had to be paid before school even started. And I was like, well, wait a minute, we don't even know anything about this, really. We would have asked questions, but how you gonna post this?
I haven't had one of those field trips, so.
And it was like $899. Like, what they gonna be doing for $899 for 3 days? Like, what? For $899, we about to go buy this plane ticket and go out of this country. What are you talking about?
Look, I won't be complaining about those $20 field trips anymore.
Right.
After hearing that, that's crazy.
I could not believe it. I was like, so then it said, well, there's, and of course he's all like, well, I want to go.
Yeah.
Have a field trip, you know, so I want to do this. No, sir. 800 And then who's going to be the chaperone? Who's going to go on the $899? So then that's more, that's triple, double that. School is expensive.
It is.
So can you imagine you paying that $899 times 5?
No.
Like that was Disney. You all going to Disney for that type of price? What?
That's ridiculous. For 3 days?
For 3 days. And I'm telling you, the deposit, the $100 deposit was due before school even started. I'm like, well, how is that possible? He just transferred to this school because, you know, he just graduated to 6th grade. Like, nah, we're not doing that.
No, I haven't heard of that kind of field trip yet.
Right. Good luck. Good luck. I'm like, we just went to Camp Smith when I was young. I mean, shoot. Camp Smith didn't cost that much money. I think Camp Smith was, well, it might have been, I don't know if it was free back then. That was a long time ago, but
wow.
$899 for a camp experience. Let it go. I'm sorry. Anyway. So, you'll have a fashion show, a lingerie desires, sensual desires fashion show coming up this weekend. Tell us about
Tomorrow.
And where is it located and what is going to occur at this fashion show?
We're going to host it at the Legacy Space. It's off of, I'll give you the address. It's 5805 Silver Hill Road, Suite E1 in District Heights, Maryland. It's from 7 to, well, the fashion show is from 7 to 10, and then there's an after party from 10 to midnight.
Got an after party too?
So we're going to party all night.
The after party is there too?
We're going to party
So what's included in there? How much are the tickets? Is it sold out? Is the food included?
It's general admission. We have about 20 tickets left for general admission. We have 2 VIP tickets left the last time I checked. The general admission tickets are $25 and the VIP tickets are $50.
Okay, so what's included in the VIP? You get some good bags, some
VIP,
goodie bags?
you get a nice gift bag, and you get free drinks all night.
Ooh, free drinks.
There will be food there for everyone to eat for free.
Wow,
Buffet
so food
style.
is included in your ticket price.
Yes, everyone gets to eat. And it's a very nice venue. Who's the lady owner, Latasha Frank.
Latasha Frank, hello.
She is a small business owner.
Okay.
And I'm trying to,
help her grow the business.
That's right. Every time I host my lingerie fashion shows, I try to use small businesses.
Yes.
Like the last place we went to was the museum. It was actually a clothing store. And the gentleman who owned it had like graffiti art on the walls. It was beautiful. It was really, really nice.
I love
that. So we got to bring him more business, and we're going to do the same thing for Miss Frank, bringing her business. She just opened the venue a couple of months ago, I believe 6 months ago.
Wow, see? So if you need a space, she just told you about a new space that you can rent out for your own events. She also told you she utilizes small businesses. So if you have a space that you would like to be her events to be featured in one time, contact her. I mean, so it's just so many different networking opportunities here, as well as some wonderful financial advice and estate planning advice. I love this.
It's a great show. I love all of this.
Oh,
I love what you're doing. I love watching you. You are a motivation to me.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you're gonna make me cry. You can't make me cry on my own show.
Sorry.
Listen, no, we're not doing that. But thank you.
I just love watching you.
Thank you. I try to, I started this show in DCTV many years ago to make a difference in people's lives. And I tell people all the time that, I started to make a difference in other people's lives, and they've been making a difference in my life. So I am so grateful and thankful what God has put into me that I'm able to share with other people, and then everybody else is also imprinting on me. So that's what it's about.
That's
you know,
right.
It's about making a difference. It's about helping each other and just doing what God intended us for to do. And so I'm gonna keep on doing it until He tell me to stop.
I know that's right.
I'm gonna keep on going
Keep
because
on
this is
going.
what this is what part of the plan that He had for me. So He gave me a voice, and I am using it.
Isn't it funny how many people are actually watching you and you didn't realize they were watching you?
I know. People say, "Oh, I saw your show." I'm like, "You did?" I mean, I'm always amazed, because some people you think, "Oh, they out partying. It's Friday night. Ain't nobody tuning in to watch the show." And they was like, "Oh, I saw the show," and so it's just really amazing. Or I go someplace and I was like, "I saw your show on DCTV. I watch it in the home of my living room." So, I mean, it's just so amazing. Like I said, God has been blessing me. And, I cannot thank Him enough for the things that He's doing within my life and be able to have a voice to be able to share and give back to the world. So I am so thankful and grateful. And I thank you for, being a part of my show.
I appreciate it.
And, sharing your experiences and talents with us. Because, we all here to make a difference.
That's right. I appreciate being here.
Oh, thank you. So I do have, so actually tell the audience your website again and how to follow you. So we'll start there.
Okay. My website is tamarabarnes.com for the estate planning and mobile logistics solutions. For my sensual desires, if you're looking to get some lingerie.
Some sexy lingerie,
yes. It's sensualdesiresllc.com. You can also reach out to me on tnestateorganizer@gmail.com.
Yes, I love it. So I hope you got all of that because she's doing some phenomenal things. And I'm sure there's something that she spoke about today of a service, of a business, or some lingerie of what you could use. Yes, because I know I can use a couple of those things myself. But I'm not going to get into all of that with y'all. Not today. I don't know. I might need some birthday things.
I got you.
So I am going to make a couple of announcements. So one, I wanted to remind you all. So parents, please listen up. So number one, I wanted to remind you all that Disney Dreamers Academy program that I spoke about a couple of months ago. So your kids in the grades of 8th grade through the 12th grade. Disney Dreamers Academy, so DisneyDreamersAcademy.com has a program that Steve Harvey and some other wonderful celebrities, our mentors, are part of this program, and they're looking for 100 bright and fantastic, phenomenal kids to join their program. It's a 3-day program. They'll send you to Disney. One parent get to go. They get to learn from some of the best people in the entertainment business. And why not? It's free. Only thing you have to do is go to the website, DisneyDreamersAcademy.com, register, and have your children fill out I believe it's 3 or 4 essay questions. The deadline is October the 31st, so you only have until next week to get your applications in. This is a phenomenal opportunity. We always say that, we didn't know it was about this program or that program. So I really, really encourage you all to, sign your children up. I mean, you never know. If they're taking 100 students, that's a lot. I don't know how many people normally apply, but it's a great opportunity for your children to be a part of the Disney Dreamers Network. And they don't just have you a part of this program, and the program is for 2019. I mean, they follow you throughout your middle school and high school and college endeavors, so you're connected. So I encourage you all, if my son was in that age group right now, trust me, I would have filled that out a long time ago. But I am just, so thankful that, I'm in a platform to be able to receive this type of information, to be able to share with you. And you said you was going to sign your, talk to your children to sign them up. So please sign your kids up for this phenomenal program. It's a good program. And then they get to go to Disney for free. I mean, if they're accepted into the program, so why not? Why not? Shoot your shot. Try it. Tomorrow is my birthday, so I thank God for blessing me to see another year. I mean, the things that God is doing within me and in my life, and the voice that he's given me to be able to share and to give back to other people is just phenomenal. So I cannot thank him enough for what he does for me. I can't speak for nobody else, but I'm telling you, what God does for me is just simply amazing. And lastly, of course, I cannot close out my show without thanking my fantastic and fabulous sponsors. So first we have DUniqueFashionBoutique, which is my sister in our fashion company. So we have to work with you for some fashion shows coming up. So thank you so much, D, for being phenomenal, and we wish you a speedy recovery. We have Resurgence Beauty Lounge. Vetta, thank you so much for always doing my hair and my makeup and look at me, having me look my best at all time. I thank you so much. We also have DChristopherCommunications, Donnie, all the way from LA, from DMV to LA. You are doing your thing, and I am so proud of you, and thank you for believing in me to do my show's intro and music, because you was the first person who believed in my vision. So I thank you so much. Even though you all the way in LA, I'm coming to see you soon, so don't you even worry. And then we have Crafted, website design. So if you need websites, logos, contact Robert Jennings. And last but not least, we have Father Time and Company. It's my cousin Jay's company, and he just wants you all to know that fathers are a part of their children's life, not because they have to be, but because they want to be, and they are pouring into their children. So he wanted to create a company that would show up and stand out for the children like women do for our kids. Men do the same thing, and they're doing it willingly and helpfully. So thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to have another fantastic show next week. I can't wait till you see who my guest is. I'm not going to tell you tonight. You're going to have to watch for the flyer on Facebook. But thank you so much. I love you. Without you, there will be no me. So thank you for my family, friends, supporters. I thank you so much. This is The Impact with Robin Dorsey, coming to you live at WBGR Sports and Entertainment Network. Thank you so much.